Collective, much, much love and light to you all. Whether you are just now meeting me through your screen, or you are an A1 day one or not, all are welcome. All right, much love and light, you guys. I hope you're feeling safe and amazing, as you truly are amazing. All right, I'm also going to claim safety too for you, because I don't want to word curse anybody, okay? But it's up to you to do your part to check in on that. And we're definitely talking about that for a reason, because the message that I have to deliver to the collective, and though it's not a general collective message, you guys, it came out specifically that someone in the collective, all right, whether you just now signed on to get your free tarot message or not, someone connected to the collective, okay, is definitely needing to really give themselves one final shot here, okay? Um, and, you know, really just straightening that crown, okay, that already definitely very, very much so does exist for you, whomever this is for. And you guys, though it's a general collective message, for real, like I stand on this, this is not everyone's message, though many of us perhaps, okay, could resonate with the message, having had similar like experiences. Perhaps, I'm not saying you even have to be, you know, in that type of categorization, referable to the collective energy, but just saying that too, okay? So I feel like I wanted to say that as well, um, because of the obvious, okay, perhaps maybe triggering, definitely not intentional, you guys, okay? But we are going to be talking about aspects of ABUSE. All right, and of course that definitely connects right nicely to TRAUMA. All right, and spelling it out for a great reason, because it's a live stream, you guys. And I'm also just trying to give you a heads up, just to ease into what we got to talk about tonight, okay? Because it's not the easiest of situations, but we have to talk about it. Love and light, Shara, because someone needs to really just honor the path that really is set out before them, unless they believe otherwise. And I'm saying it that way, because the long and the short of it, you guys, you're not really gonna. Could you imagine, even if you had like the most speed demon type of vehicle or car, perhaps, right? If you truthfully didn't believe, all right, that you could drive it, that you could operate it to go anywhere, would you go anywhere? Would you go anywhere safely? Would you go anywhere utilizing wisdom, perhaps? Definitely not if you didn't believe, to the point where you didn't even learn the training that is required. You know, at least by experience, if not actual like education, right? Just saying, you guys, for the car example, right? So, you know, see how it doesn't really end well if you're already shooting yourself in the foot just by your belief system, okay? And, you know, I know we're talking about cars and driving, and, you know, it seems all lighthearted, but there's more, okay? This tonight's message, this morning's message, I should say, very, very serious. And I want to throw that out there as well, so that everyone understands this shit ain't funny. I really, you know, in a perfect world, right? What's perfection anyway, especially here. Okay, I get that. But in a perfect world, this would be absolutely no one's situationship, life horror story. All right, it's that bleak and dangerous and deceptive and just fraudulent all around. All right, no pun intended, but I'm saying what I'm saying for a reason. All right, and there is a fraud amongst someone here, okay? And that's putting it extremely lightly, you guys. All right, so I'm mindful of tell a moment, like nothing happened, and just I swear. Synchronicities, yay. Yeah, I don't like this energy. So you guys, bear with your girl, okay? I really do, like, I feel like I can just get straight through to it. This is not everyone's story, and most of the cards are pretty self-explanatory, so I'm going to go ahead and open the channel on you guys, and I promise you'll still get your freebie, okay? I'm not going to forget about you, but somebody needs this message. You guys share, because here's the sitch. I'm going to show you the card right now, all right? that lets me know this somebody like in real time right now needs this message. I hate to say that though, okay, because again, in a perfect world, this ain't even a thing, right? The crown stands anyhow. All right, we're going to talk about that too. But I know a lot of what's going on in the cards, and a lot of it is bad, and that's not even the half, I'm sure, for whomever this is in this particular home environment with this fraudster. And again, that's putting it lightly. I don't like the energy. It's giving attachment for sure. And depending on whom all I may be addressing, and it gets a little bit tricky, you guys, because it's like, okay, so one vessel can have a whole shit ton of things going on with it energetically, spiritually, right? Nonetheless. So, right, like, and then just try to sift through the pile of energies. It could be connecting to one vessel, three vessels, but energy wise, it's giving entity attachment. I'm surprised that card didn't come out. But I think we did have something referable to quote unquote low vibes, or it's getting dark enough to give you the picture that needed to be painted, apparently, just to get the point across that already came across. So bear with your girl, because the channeling is quite passionate on this. Again, because it's quite serious. If you found out that you were giving up your birthright, right? Wouldn't that be enough to concern you? Wouldn't that be categorized quite easily as serious? Okay, and so yet still, here we are talking about it again. It's giving. All right, and again, birthright includes this. Don't you want that? I'm pretty sure you're right now praying about more of this. Okay, maybe you might even be saying you need it. Sounds like lack mindset to me. All right. And I'm not coming for you, but at the same time, we've got to identify these pattern markers. Anyone who cares about whatever else I have to say tonight, if you've been praying for more of this, I need you to know every single prayer. It doesn't really matter how directly connecting you were directing that prayer, or dare I say energy, or some might say magic even, wording into things, and things thinking the way that they do, is definitely born out of a lack mentality. And this is something that, if I'm being like 1,010% truthful, I too myself am still working on. Oh, I have this money already, and maybe there's some newbies here. Welcome, you guys. You can get this. In order to have what you already have, you got to understand and be confident that you have it. The key there is you can't really get to that. You can't wait to have that kind of experience on the other side of touching it every time. I'm not going to word curse and say you never can, right? That'd be silly, because the divine don't even treat us like that. Okay? God, as it were, doesn't even do us like that. However, all right, for those that are getting kind of stuck in a loop here, perhaps I'm not coming for you, and you're saying, but where is it? That's exactly what's going on. Because even when you are praying, oh, thank you for hearing my prayer. Thank you that before I've even asked, I received. Did you though? Or are you praying or meditating or whatever you want to call it through, or manifesting, right, through this fraudulent energy? You got to watch, okay? And you guys, this message definitely is inclusive of source's energy, so much so that multiple decks got involved to confirm. So there's that, okay? This is serious, all right? I'm being guided to say that a name of some significance could be Kevin or Kev, only because I was guided to at least 2 of his decks tonight, just to get what we got, okay? But the message stands, you guys. Someone is in your energy, and specifically in your home, or you are in someone's energy, and or specifically in someone's home, all right? And for a few of you, this is because it's more to it than that. You could have up to 8 kids. No judgment, only love and light, gratitude that it's not me, because yikes, okay, like, shoosh. All right, no tea, no shade. Can't be me though. Just act, oof. We got different types of patiences for different types of scenarios and things, and some of us are built for some of them scenarios so damn fast and repeatedly, apparently. But that one, whoo, to be clear, universe, that ain't me. That's not mine. And I'm okay with that, okay? But anyhow, um, I'm speaking to a divine feminine, okay? But the way you live in life, it's not even given an empress, though you got all them bambinas, those kids perhaps, right? Doesn't have to be the case. If this is not children, this is 8 types of deep investments. This is 8 years, right? Golly, waiting to exhale. Okay, that's a confirmation before I can get it out my face. Might be of some significance, Whitney Houston. This girl's kind of given the one girl from the cast, waiting to exhale. Oh my gosh, I cannot think of the. Let me look it up because now I gotta know. Hold on. Because sometimes it really matters. And sometimes I'm just nosy, so there's that, right? Let me see about the cast though. Hold on. So Whitney Houston was in there. Yeah. Not gonna lie, because shoot, when you put it next to a few of them, could be a few of them. Just saying, right? I don't want to say which one. Just pick a wig. No, let me stop. But anyhow, if you are in a male meat suit avatar body, right, doing as you please, but you resonate as the divine feminine energy, listen up just the same, okay? Especially if the rest of this resonates, may not for everyone. I hope to high heaven that it's not, okay? But this feminine energy, I may be saying she, you get why. Follow along with me in the ways that you need to for your personal ish, okay? But please take heed and get out of this, all right? Because what's going on is right now you're in the clearing. Would you imagine if you see evidence or hear evidence or have an experience where for whatever reason a plane cannot land? Imagine the like the pilot's going, holy shit, like hey, roger this, like we need to, there's like this maybe even like silence, deadpan silence, or all out wraith screaming perhaps, all these variables, okay, but they're all telling the same message, or dare I say synchronicity of urgency, serious nature, focus, pay attention, get to a resolution. And that's what this message is giving, okay? Whether you want to say it's from your ancestors, your mama, your daddy, Auntie M, okay? There could be some significance to Wizard of Oz. Could be the old one. Could be Wicked, okay? I saw synchronicities of both, interestingly enough, today alone. Okay, maybe somebody here is, um, you know, how we might say witchy woo-woo, okay? Take how that resonates. But what is in tall order for you? Like literally, I can't even say right now. I tried, but it's giving at least yesterday. Okay. All right. Now this is not a doom and gloom message, but it's a message about, hey, could you stop experiencing the doom and gloom so you could live on with your life and live, not even just survive, but thrive, and with a smile on your face and like healthy skin and hair, and maybe there was some significance to wearing a wig. Okay, maybe because here's the deal too. Whoever this is, aside from blocking all your shit, okay, and by all of it, I mean like everything, right? So you see how this is just some of it? This is just some of it. See how it's in there with the big coin like this, and that still is not a clear depiction of how much shit is being blocked from you and by you. I am not trying to word curse anybody. Whoever is resonating with this, you have been ignoring the signs, synchronicities, and symptoms. My God, I'm no judgment. I don't even need to know that, but okay. And here's the sitch, right? We all have the right, if we should so choose. Somebody does not want me delivering this message. I don't give a fuck. Okay. Here's the deal. Fear, I want to say, is the mind killer. Forgive me. That's a Dune reference. All right. Anyhow, fear is part and parcel of the mechanisms, the ways, the means with which this energy, entity, person, do we call him a man, is controlling you. Okay. And this could lead to hair loss if you are in some fucked up energy long enough. A lot of shit can happen to your body, including your hair. Okay. So when you take that as a sign of like, okay, how many more hairs you got? How many more hairs do you have? Should we wait until the rest fall out? Okay, and I'm not coming for you, but you damn sure need to stand up and then walk away and then live. Okay, and whoever I'm speaking to, you're trying to pretend that, like, if I can just be a lot more grateful for the fuck shit, if I can just be grateful for every time they used my name against me, used my name on the form, used my name in my card, if I could just be grateful. Honey, that's source, okay? Right, source. Coming through with the come through, saying, this is what you would be signing up to live day in, day out. Now, whoever I'm speaking to, you're already not sleeping. Did we talk about hair loss? And now they're not sleeping. Meanwhile, source is watching. And you can't any longer act like you don't know. Right? So, like, what are we going to do about this? Because we can't sit on the fence. Now, to help somebody, try to decipher, like, okay, is this really about my ish and who this person or this thing, ooh, they give me the ick, is, okay, this is somebody who won't take their shirt off during sex. I don't know why. It don't matter. This is someone you could have up to 8 children with. Okay. This is someone that you know to not be protective of family members, whether they be children, whether they be females or not. And you know exactly what I'm referencing. So again, ick, understatement, referable to this energy. This energy is giving demon time. This energy is giving the complete exact opposite of what you get when you work with the source power. Okay, so again, for illustrative purposes, the difference here, sorry, which one was the what? Okay, all of your abundance, all right, connecting to source, you're allowing for this. Why is that though? Because weren't you just praying just, I don't know, 3 hours ago? Oh, dear God, please and thank you for the money that I don't have. Over and over again you pray. I'm not knocking the prayer time. I'm just saying, could you make it high vibes? And so that the divine can actually move the money from your spiritual bank account into your hands, okay? Ain't no fucking way that it's going to be anywhere in your hands if your hands are in that house. If your hands are touching that mofo. If your hands are part and parcel of the version of you that apparently exists somewhere that isn't believing that they can move, cut ties, live. And it is high time you do. All right. Gratitude and happiness are supposed to be something that you rock with, of course, right? But it was never supposed to be over the fuck shit. All right, the betrayal, the war, okay? It was never supposed to be, gosh, I'm so grateful that all of my shit is locked up and I just don't have access to it. Because I don't think that's what you mean when you pray, dear God, please, I need that money. Such and such is due on the 3rd. I've been waiting 13 years. Please let my settlement come through. All right. And apparently, according to the channeling, there's some aspect of mixed message there. Somebody needed that. That's not necessarily connecting to the mofo. Makes sense? Okay, but take what you need here. Get it. Because I'm serving it up. All right. For you. All right. To what? To live. Whom all ever you are. Gone are the days where you're just toiling and laboring and just nothing else. Just the toil and the labor. No reward. No prize. No paycheck. No breath of fresh air. No relief. And that's all you've ever known, inclusive of the guise of what love is. And by guise, I'm not talking plural men. All right, spelled a little differently, you guys. I'm talking about the illusion. When I say guys, right? People tell you, "Oh, I love you. I love you." All the time. Go figure. Never mean it. They don't even necessarily know. Can't even blame them all, right? Because from one to the next, saying "I love you," one person thinks they mean it. They never even knew what the hell love was. How can you even blame it? How can you know until you know something? How can you know you didn't know something until you know it? So, there's all these variables, right? Very important for you to know what works for you, who you are versus who you are not, and what you will versus what you no longer will tolerate. See why that makes sense now? All right. I am anxiety is coming out for you. Why is that? Because you've got illusion energy about you. Why? Because your spiritual bank, all right, though you've got spiritual guides like Fort Knox, protection, and then some, because, don't want to limit it down just to earthly stuff, right? The situation is quite, again, very much a war, spiritual warfare. You have been warring day in, day out, and now there's children involved. And what, everybody lays their head there? Is anybody sleeping? Are the children sleeping? How long will the children not sleep? How long will you not sleep? And still what? Flourish? Live? Okay. No plan is not a plan. And avoidance, damn sure not on the menu. So the only way out is to go through. All right. This person is slowing up your progress and your process at this spiritual transformation and this 2.0 versioning of yourself, aka higher self coming through with the come through. But it's being blocked along with your money, legacy wealth, your ability to actually exhale, perhaps, and feel safe afterwards, as well as loved, because you got you got divinity, and you got your abundance with you where you're at, right? No longer being blocked. Where you've got you, all right, of course you've got source. Where you've got you and source, okay, of course you've got your birthright energy. However, rejection is protection, honey. So, for whomever this is resonating for, and you keep praying out of that lack of prayer over and over again, just instead know, because, maybe you didn't know, now you know. This is something as my nose is, oh my gosh. If I could sit it to the side on my table, I would, okay? Bear with. But instead of that old programming that ain't working, it's just keeping your money, it's like you're almost a co-op with this person. All right, maybe you didn't know. I'm not coming for you, but now you know. Don't you dare act like, and don't you dare pray like you don't know. Now that you know. All right, chills on that. Some of you just needed this confirmation, and up, and away from the mofo you go. I do decree and I do declare. All right, because gone are the days of you rocking with the interference, please and thank you. When you are too much of a baddie, all right? Isis could be of some significance. You could also come out as Mother Crone in your tarot readings. I forget what deck that is. Or there's a couple. Someone's name could be Reina or Regina, all right? You should be coming out as High Priestess, like every fucking time. I've not seen one of them out of the multiple decks that I've used. I know why. All right. But I need you to know why. When you put your boundaries up, when you actually continue your faith walk, okay, because you don't get to be High Priestess talking about, I see the path up ahead and its slight curve with a tower moment energy. Like, no, you're going with the flow. You are in darkness often, right? Talking to who? No one else but source. You don't get that glow, all right, by talking to Tom, Dick, and Harry about what they think about last night's Netflix is a joke. Okay? All right? Just saying. So the only way through this is through it. Okay? Otherwise, you're succumbing to the fuck shit. And you can bet your ass, somebody's got a tiny ass. I heard, you bet your tiny ass, all right, that this is what you're signing up for. Do you want any of that? I mean, I don't want any of that for you, would you? How could you say that you want this when you've been praying the prayers you've been praying? To continue on is really signing up for, as the card states, master error. Now, God don't make mistakes. Now, Source don't make mistakes. So don't you sign up for this shit and then blame God. You feel me? Also, don't sign up for this because I'm just getting something about the children here. You see how there's a difference in the pallor or the skin tone, and I'm not coming for races or ethnicities. Please protect the children. Protect the children. You know, protect the children. I do not like what I'm being shown there. There could be some significance to either the name EJ or the initials EJ. There could be, I mean, I don't like that energy. I don't like it. I don't like it. And Spirit saying, look, you need balance, okay? Balance, just like your spiritually protected fortune, right? Inclusive of that mental health. Because you know what? I'm looking at this Ace of Pentacles as that as well. Can't be just the money. And Pentacles, you guys talk about, like, how do you feel about yourself? Do you feel heard and supported? But here's the thing, you guys. Especially that High Priestess walk. You can't wait until actually people... Could you imagine if I waited until, like, everybody and their mama actually supported the channel before I was like, okay, I'll do another tarot message. Right? And we wouldn't even be together right now. Maybe today wouldn't even be a thing. I'd be fucking all that up if I didn't believe. See how your choices are connected to other individuals, especially if they're your freaking kids? Duh. So please, take heed and take action. All right, you are coming out as authority of manifestation. If this ain't a High Priestess energy on the other side of Mother Ice is coming out in support of you, not slamming you down, talking about, oh, you'll never be, is a piece of shit in a hole in the ground. Okay. Right? Nobody even said that. So why are you living like that? It's giving. Not to be rude, but isn't that, do you see the hole in the piece of... You know what I'm saying? If people are trying to slander your name and trying to shit talk you, and what? Why would you care? I guess the only way you could care, perhaps, potentially, is if it affects your coin, right? Does it have to? Right? Like, wouldn't it be better to believe it doesn't, in the sense that believing, though you maybe don't have all the answers, that divine, since we're talking about this message right now, because, okay, there's that, would support you in spite of you not knowing where the support comes from? Oh, see, you gotta get comfortable in that not knowing. And stop being so comfortable in the toxicity, in the hell. Let's call it what... don't even smell good up in that bitch. Okay, don't like it. Not gonna lie to you about it. If I don't like the energy, I don't like it. Literally negative energy. Negative energy. Negative. All right, look at the... Do you want to go to the beach like that? No, that's looking very aggressively scary and possibly even cold. I don't think those are dolphins swimming around at night when you can't see how many teeth are coming at your ankle, perhaps. Do you want to go in that? No. Nobody in their right mind goes, yep, let me dive right on in with the bucket of chum. And guess what, collective member, whomever this message is for, you ain't no fucking bucket of chum. Could never be just that. All right? Just saying. And this person putting you in this fear and worry, it's coming out in multiples. Fear, right? We had I am anxiety, right? Now fear and worry from this fucking knight. Not even a king. Gosh, I tried to call him a king. How dare I? This is somebody who could be stone-faced, expect you to read their mind, and even when you do, because I am getting left and right that you're too intuitive to be going through this shit. I don't know if you got stuck on stupid, as they say, trying to heal somebody who you are not to be healing, because the whole time you're supposed to be healing you so other people can follow along and be inspired and enamored to be able to do so for themselves. Right? Right. Okay. So if people are talking, all right, let them. That's what they're doing with their life. If they're talking about you so much, even though they're having their own lives, you just gotta take it for what it is, a compliment, right? Like, so you've got all these, so you've got kids, and oh, you've got less kids than me, and oh, you've got more money than me, and more clothes, and you are safer than me, but you're talking about me as if this shit is funny, as if this shit won't go back on your ass without you even have to lift a finger. All you have to do is focus on your lane a lot more, collective member. That's it. It's not even fighting the opposition in whatever spiritual warfare you're in. Some of you, I don't know what's going on with the witchy woo woo stuff. This is literally like, okay, a coven coming for you on top of whatever else you got going in this house of yours or this person's. There could be some significance to this person being an actor of sorts, like in a professional sense or in a theatrical sense. It doesn't have to be. But this person is giving you a run for your money. All right. Trying to remove this opportunity of life force, even. Okay. I didn't expect to say that, but it's through the channeling, and so here we go. Okay, makes sense if we've got the intuitive Kev actually coming out as well, right? This is I'm just hearing the final countdown. All right, so maybe there's some significance to that song. All right, but you got to get out of that house, okay? Wherever the house is, whoever's name is on the house, okay? You are being protected, right? But it's giving. Let's not wait until okay, it's giving sharks swimming in the waters at nighttime. Okay, and you already have had the synchronicities of what I've already spoken to you, so I'm not going to repeat it, but also the synchronicities of this impending destruction. You need to get out chills. This person at least has an entity attachment. I'm speaking weird because they didn't want me to say it. Jezebel. All right. So doesn't have to be a female, you guys, but it has to be a spirit at least. Okay. This is cannot say it enough. Spiritual warfare. Here you go, girl, whether guy, girl, what have you. All right. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. So you've got to choose you. All right. Like right now. Okay. So you would have to go. All right. And you would have to protect the children if that's you. Some of you just got to go. Others of you that have kids, of course, protect the. Do I have to even say that? Okay, but I feel like we're talking about it. You guys, not coming for you, but when you can recognize the patterns, like, oh shit, I did not protect my child from such and such. Connecting back to how you weren't protected, perhaps. Oh, but if you don't check in and do the work, maybe you don't recognize the pattern to stop the ABUSC, perhaps. And I'm seeing for someone here, that damn sure needs to be stopped. Okay. And especially if and when there are children involved on top of it. I don't need to say that, do I? Okay. High priestess, that I mean, come on now, right? Ain't no way. So it's almost like Source is like coming through with the come through saying, listen, we're done fucking around, right? Like you're being guided out of this, right? Like you're accepting the call to your higher self coming through with the come through so that you don't have to wait for messages from Source through tarot communities when you are direct connected. This person is a hater, okay? And they look to you as some form of stability. Now, you might be saying, well, I don't have any stability. And hell, you might be right because of however long you stood with this mofo. The hater, to be clear, or the guy, girl, what have you. All right? And I'm not saying it like, oh, well, it's all your fault. I'm saying it like, hey, energy is everything. So if and when you feel drained out from it, you got to actually take a look at that situation. Okay? Yes, it's an energy situation, but again, energy is everything. Most of us here already know because we're so damn sensitive to it. Anyhow, you couldn't deny it. And yet, here we are still talking about someone who comes out in the multiples as far as being in the Queen of Cups energy and ultimately that priestess. Okay? You know too much, honey. Not to continue on. And by continue on, it ain't even like to the fire of lake and brimstone. It's giving continue on, okay, to your highest vibrational timeline and outcome. All right, connecting back to source. Where is the problem? Where is the lack there? All right, and some of you need to ask, okay, did I get confident in the lack? Did I get comfortable there? Right? Because sometimes we get comfortable with some fucked up shit. It's like if all you ever known was fucked up, then you know, somebody comes with a different energy. And this happens to me a lot because I have done a lot of healing. I'm not saying I'm all the way healed and fixed up necessarily, but who can, right? But I have done enough work to see actively in real time how this person's triggered by my presence, by my confidence in self. Like, okay, you know, and they start projecting onto you, whether they're aware of it or not, because of that level of insecurity. Well, so too can be the case where we, instead of using the example of projection, start to actually enjoy, all right, even though our faces, you know, RBF is on the menu, right? Still active and very much apparent, right? And you're being sarcastic and you're perhaps crying and you're perhaps calling out for help. But at the core of you, are you a little comfy there? Is that you snuggling up with it and stuff? Because you have to check. How do you know? You can't even sit there and no, that's not. You have to check. All right? You have to ask yourself, go within. And when you do that, as you choose you, okay, you are choosing your frequency over the frequency that is being projected onto you, suggested to you, intended for you by others, especially if you resonate with those people, places, and things talking about whatever they think they know about you. And you continue on to connect directly, as you are very much capable of doing, to the Most High. And as you do this, you are not only connecting back to source, like we already said. I mean, how much does source love you? How much does God, how much does the universe love whom all ever I'm speaking to right now? I mean, multiple cards, all right? Multiple decks, okay? Source has not forsaken you. God has not forsaken you. Whomever, the whole time you are choosing, whether you are aware of it or not. And that's why we talk about these spiritual laws and principles so often on the channel, you guys, because we are all subject to them and can fall prey to them, whether we understand, whether we have awareness of or not. Okay. But you are too much, too tapped in, too directly connected. All right. Too loved, too precious. All right. To be left behind in some doom and gloom situation, to be left behind in a pit of any sort when you are royalty, right? Like, shit, ain't even nobody trying to leave somebody or, you know, a character like Princess Peach behind. How much more precious are you than Princess Peach? Or fill in the blank, whoever makes sense for you to have reverence for. But really, you should be enough. You can just plug you in there, baby. you should have reverence enough for you, right? Maybe you shy away from that because you found it's triggering to other people who need to do a lot more work. Oh, fucking well, it's okay. They're fine. You're great. All right. What perception are you going to work with to create your reality? Is it the one that keeps you in the cage with your abundance, talking about, but I can't. I don't see a way out, so I don't have a way out. I can't. There's no fill in the blank. The money isn't here. If I operated at that, repeatedly enough, that type of mindset, me personally, you guys, I wouldn't be here. I really wouldn't. And not in the sense of like the S word or anything, but what do we talk about? Spiritual warfare, opposition, like so much life be life and kind of shit, right? Would not be here. All right. I personally have had to get things out the mud repeatedly. Well, large groupings of individuals and things and places watched. Not in a supportive role or fashion, to be clear. As far as their intention, though, keywords, as far as their intention. But in reality, okay, and good thing I didn't give up long enough to be able to look back, and of course hindsight's 2020 to see this. As they were watching, they were very much assisting. As they were choosing actively from one moment to the next to downplay whatever my efforts and intentions and visions were, okay, as they were choosing to actively make choices that were purposefully not supportive towards my existence, towards my betterment, towards my healing, I leveled up every time on the strength of every choice that they, on their free volition, made repeatedly. All right. And you know what? It's not a contest. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you exactly, since we are connected, since you are here listening to this message, what happens if and when, same two for you guys, if and when the opposition is oppositioning, if and when life be lifing, if and when there's no support in the physical. All right. Keep your head in the game long enough and you're going to see that support have to come into the physical because it is very much present, aware, and prevalent in the spiritual realm. And guess what, you guys? The spiritual realm trumps any aspect to this physical realm's reality. So where is the lack, baby? Might be just with the thoughts that you choose to think and ultimately the words that you speak on the other side of thinking those thoughts. And so now that you know that, you can think better and you can change your words towards higher affirmations, higher timelines, towards the most high, towards the highest vibrational outcome, towards that high priestess energy, one who operates in self-love and self-reliance, because understands that in spite of Tom, Dick, Harry, Barbara, Brenda, Susan, all right, whoever, not being around, or maybe, perhaps, because I've dealt with this too, being around and not supportive at all. Never. It doesn't matter, does it? Because where you have you, baby, you got spiritual rank. You got the most high. You've got source, light force energy beaming. All right. So stop acting. Stop living. And stop fearing as if you don't know and understand this now. And I'm not challenging you to delusion yourself into just understanding in like this omniscient way of exactly what all these cards, the energy, the prevalent nature to a T that exists for you. All right. But at the same time, I mean, those that have kids, you got coloring books, right? Tap into your childlike wonderment, okay? You know how men like love the mansplain, right? Explain to your child, your inner child self, to be clear. All right? Explain to your inner child self the way that your inner child needs to hear how you are protected and how you are supported by perhaps many unseen things. But man, aren't they badass in the most highest vibrational sense of that word. All right? Because you too are. And here's the sitch. Once you remove the emotional manipulator, all right, you get back on your feet again with that stability because you are the stability. This person drained you whatever else you thought you had, right? But baby, you can get that times 10. Like, I mean, you just are the money. You just are the abundance. You are, all right, you are that one. Not to be fucked with, not to be pinned down and manipulated and suppressed. Okay? You're too much and you are literally being ordered into a greater sense of this ascension. I want to say it that way because, to be clear, I'm not saying it like, oh, Source said you have to do all the rest of your ascension right now. Like, come on now, you might implode trying to do that's why the dark night of the soul isn't just one physical night, thankfully. All right? But as far as love, okay, aside from you being that, okay, there is justice here for you. And again, this is the second Queen of Cups that I mentioned come out for you, you guys. All right, you got a twin flame, an actual counterpart, someone who is wish fulfillment, someone who is divine like you, who is going to come in and they're going to recognize you for the star that you are. Okay, gone are the days where you've got to tussle energetically or physically with the mofo. Okay, this is none of this. No, no, no. Okay, so you, star you, okay, maybe you resonate as that of a star seed, need to choose balance. As you do, your giftings and your blessings come back online in full force and effect, because again, you got to walk away from this person in order to get your hands to not be empty. Make sense? Okay, same deal with the energy, because you guys, energy is everything. Of course you manifest out of utilizing your energy. Nobody goes, oh my gosh, I have to go to the bank and pull out $23 so I can manifest 50,000. Like, and you could skip the bank and just manifest the 50 G's, okay? Right? You don't have to pull $23. What are you going to do? 1, 2, like, and count, like, okay? You don't have to. You could if you want. If that helps you, go ahead and count the $23 out and tell everybody, yourself and your mama, that that's the 50 G's. If that helps you to utilize your energy. I hope somebody's getting this, okay? This justice is looking to come in for you. Will you accept it? Look, they made cards about it. I did not make the card, okay? But it literally says toxic but familiar. It literally says pattern, attachment, comfort in pain. I'm pretty sure it was comfort and joy, not comfort in pain, that we were supposed to be, experiencing and looking forward to, at least in the holidays. I'm just joking. But I get it. Some of you, there's real valid feelings here. I'm not saying that there's not. Many of you, you've invested, okay, 8 years or more, 8 kids or more, all right? There have been investments. There has been time, money talked about as well as emotion. Okay, I get that. But this person is draining you. So, like, did you just, okay, so you're not sleeping, you want to add alcohol to the mix and just never sleep, because you can just have the alcohol at night, and then during the day, you can just have all of the coffee. And then, I'm sorry, but where was the comfort and joy and the peace and happiness, though? Like, from day to night, we're doing what was that? Happiness and joy? Oh my God, no, it's more anxiety. Literally. You want that? Uh-huh. Spirit is saying, essentially, shit or get off the pot. You need to start taking yourself seriously. Whatever's in your soul contract needs to be honored. So that means Ain't no way you're here as a potential high priestess and you just ain't. No, you are. It's just, are you gonna walk the walk? Or you just forfeiting everything? I don't want to repeat how bad it gets if you forfeit everything. Okay. Um, this person could be tracking your, I don't want to say this, could be tracking your next steps through divination, right? So protect your energy. All right. Um, Now the weapon can be formed, right? Does it have to prosper? It's looking like that's up to you. It depends on your believability of the situation. As far as source is concerned, no, it does not have to prosper, for anyone wondering. So the ball's in your court about this. You might want to watch your emails as well. Could be some significance to a shared account and you being, maybe like pocket watched through that, or something more significant, referable to information. Okay. But also with this card, Spirit saying, don't act like you didn't see the signs. What are you talking about? What you just, oh no, I didn't know. I just, how are you gonna be like talking about you didn't know much of anything? You coming out Queen of Cups, like you coming out a spiritual baddie. Like what you, what, right? Um, this person is the cause of your insomnia. In case you were wondering, I'm pretty sure you knew this part, but this person is also the reason why you cry in the shower. I mean, ick. I don't like this energy. And ain't no way that this is on the menu talking about, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine here. Like, it's cute when the dog does it near the dumpster fire, but like, this is your fucking life right now. And there's children involved? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Okay. So, quick messages here, you guys, just to close out. Don't place limits upon yourself. You are an infinite being with unlimited potential. I'm sorry, where was the you can't, I can't, but did you, we can't?
No way.
No way we can't. Because of course, yes, we can. All right. You can have and be anything you want. Don't hold yourself back or allow anyone else to. See how it would be your fault at that point when you go, oh, I made the decision to succumb and yield and bow down. To what? You think it's just the vessel? There's more going on there. Just saying, not to be scary, but literally the card says this is your life. Live your truth and remain heart-centered at all times. Heart-centered has everything to do with protecting and serving through love. All right. Now, if we are protecting and serving through love, how does not protecting the children at all even come to be a thing? Okay, because ain't no way that there's some type of paradigm that ever appropriately, I've seen it, I've heard it, I've been places professionally, and so I know it does happen, quite unfortunately, and to many children of all varying ranges of age. Ugh, I hate to even think about it. Like, I don't even want to think about. Hold on, let me like actually not cry. Hold on 1 second. Where a parent should pick another adult over that of children's safety, mental health, well-being. Like, okay, and I'm sorry um for every one of us that understands firsthand what that is like to live out. Okay. So I also think we're talking about this because it's like, why would you then turn around and ask your children to, like, don't do that? Okay, whoever that is. I don't need to know who it is, but you need to act like you know who it is, and action out accordingly. Okay. If you find yourself stuck in a situation you're unhappy with, ask yourselves, why are you still there? Is it fear of the unknown? Perhaps. Is it toxic but familiar? It's comfy, right? It's like that stank, nasty, tattered teddy bear where the button's so worn, there's like a metally piece on the back of it that's like digging into your skin and scratches you every now and again when you're talking to the teddy bear and telling it your dreams and hopes and wishes. kind of sense does that make? Because you're in charge to create an experience whereby every time that you actually reach for and or expect support and sustenance, you don't have to also simultaneously create pain or accept it, right? Could you imagine if somebody said, well, I'm your best friend, let me just slap you in the face though? You'd be like, oh, thank you, bestie. No, I don't think, like, I don't know. Keep your hands to yourself and don't call me nothing, let alone a best friend. How could you? Right? So then don't energetically, hopefully not physically, repeatedly be slapped in the face or allow children to, or plug in what makes sense for you guys here, okay? But if you find yourself stuck, please unstuck yourself immediately by stopping the thought pattern that goes, ooh, stuck. Right? You can validly feel stuck, and I have to put the air quotes there because feelings can lie, right? How many of us have to work through, oh my God, so and so doesn't like me? Or, you know, you had a good day at work. Were they smiling like with me? Or were they laughing behind? You think Barbara had said something behind my back? Because when Jolie turned around that one time, now you're making, you know, don't make the process any harder than it's got to be. All right. And guess what? Maybe you have tendencies to think like that off the rails. Okay. Is it a doom and gloom situation? Doesn't have to be unless you never continue to carry on with the confidence of your capability to overcome it. And overcoming does not mean necessarily with a snap of fingers, with one try, right? Or with several tries. You have to what? Try again. But you're going to get somewhere and you're going to overcome a lot more faster than just going, I can't. I lack. I lack. I lack. Oh, you guys, did you hear? I lack. Right? You're on the phone calling Barbara Jean. I lack, Barbara Jean. What would you do besides lacking then? After all that, okay, with your powerful tongue that carries the power of death and life, as they say. Do you ever wonder about that? What areas of your life are you avoiding, collective? Are they causing you upset, worry, insomnia? It literally says disrupted sleep. But still, weren't we just moments ago talking about your ass ain't sleeping? And why? So now what will you? You're just going to continue on with the coffee and the alcohol type of thing? Just switch it off like it's normal, like that's a balance? What would the kids drink? If it's meant to be, it will be, and you won't have to force it or convince it or worry over it or be controlled by it. And you already know this. You already know this. So you got to ask yourself, how comfortable are you in the uncomfortability? And on the second of getting really real with yourself, that's the moment that it snaps into place as to how to get out of this and to continue on to the point where you actually climb all the way out of that crab bucket or that crab barrel, where you actually fully move and do not look back. Okay? You are so much closer to a powerful breakthrough than you may realize, collective. You have been praying for things to heal, and now new opportunities will appear, okay, with you heeding the call. And it is giving a call. Can't get around it. Source's energy. Can't get around it. Would you want to? No, you damn sure wouldn't want to. Okay. This hater might want to. Might try to throw you off the path, okay, from even maintaining a consistency and intentional connection to source, which is laughable because like the connection's there nonetheless, right? But at the same time, I get it, because if you can be convinced otherwise, then you're gonna live otherwise. See how it's very important, collective, to know for yourselves that you are divinely guided and supported. Go back to the heart of who you truly are. There you will find peace. Look at your life in its entirety. Acknowledge any old wounds and then release them. Use what they taught you as added strength. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. I'll say it again. Keep moving forward. with a renewed sense of confidence. All right. So you just need a bit of confidence about you, perhaps, right? Okay, if that's you. But what's not okay is to say, I always need it. Once you realize, okay, well, I definitely would love to experience more confidence, then you've got to start receiving it in the sense of believing that it exists for you, because it exists, because it is being proposed to me that I could have more confidence, right? Then that's automatically an option. Just like, hold on, hear me out. Just like if somebody comes to you and says, oh my gosh, I heard that such and such country is talking about our country or such and such country, and these things might actually be a thing, and those files might, okay, and okay, because you can one person's going to receive that and they're going to be like, uh-huh, well, we'll see, let's see, right? And the next person could be receiving the actual same data simultaneously, right? The next person standing next to the other is freaking the fuck out. Both heard the same. The person walked up to the same other two people at the same time in the same room. One chose a little differently, to receive a little differently, to make a projected potential outcome be in a much different detrimental potentiality than person number one. And person number one is chilling. It's like, well, you know, it's my life, and I'm grateful, and you know, if the world should end tomorrow, then, you know, was supposed to, and I did my part, you know. And person number two is like, they can't even cook for their family. They don't know where their kids are at because they forgot to drive and pick them up. And, you know, it's like, oh my God, you're not even functioning. Gosh, don't let that be you, number two. All right? Accept where you are at this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about your intentions. This makes it easier for the divine universe to open the doors for you. Okay, again, the doors just need to be opened. It's not like, oh my gosh, the legacy wealth and, you know, the whole bag and everything, and the fortune and the abundance and luck, as it were, right? The blessings. Gosh, they've got to be created as well. No, they're sitting there right behind the door asking when. When can we land this plane? When can we open the doors? Doors multiple, apparently. And release from the gates. Okay? This is big shit. This is your life. Okay? I asked Spirit really quick, you guys. I was thinking, you know, and it's so funny because I didn't really realize until I actually got on the live stream with you all how, like, witchy woo-woo some of yous are. And I asked Spirit to give me some guidance referable to crystals that can help you in a tangible way, in a real way, as it were, that you may be already in possession of. But after seeing what came out of the deck, I'd be surprised, not gonna lie, if you had all of them, more than one, all right, depending on the type. But hear me out, you guys. The ones that came out, the message stands because of the message. There are certain affirmations connected to the crystal's energy on each of the cards. So to be clear, you know, if you don't have this and you feel guided to it, I will be sharing. And, you know, if you do need a spelling or something, let me know. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. The first one that came out, Champagne Tourmaline. I knew about Tourmaline, right, you guys? Never knew that there was like a champagne one. But the card says, I address issues and they are easily resolved. So Spirit's saying, like, look, your fortune, all right, already exists. Your bag, it's a thing. Okay. You have been stamped approved. Okay, this shit is protected. All right. This shit is protected. And you are protected. Okay, you're on the great side of karma according to the Most High. How great are you? Right? Like, this is how you should feel about you, to be clear. Don't let that mofo, the hater, anybody, all right, drag you down to the point where you can't feel the obvious here. You're no small potatoes, okay? Rainbow Moonstone came out to assist with emotional balance, intuition, and serenity, because Queen of Cups, okay? Okay, get your Moonstone, girl, whoever that is, all right? whether guy, girl, what have you. Rainbow Moonstone, I am balanced and in tune with my emotions. All right, so Moonstone, that's a pretty popular one. I figured somebody might have in their bag. And if not, it's fairly inexpensive, you guys, okay? Mahogany Obsidian also came out. So huge protective stones coming out as a tangible reminder, and this is why I pulled from the deck for this particular session, as to how you are actually divinely supported. Now, I can't give you, you know, Pocket Johnny, Pocket Jerry, and Pocket Sarah for your pocket, right? To assist you with remembering how people give a fuck about you. But the crystals can go in the pocket quite easily and be a tangible evidence nonetheless, okay? Not even a better example, just saying. All right, but mahogany, obsidian, I am powerful and protected. Also fairly inexpensive. Now, Lemurian quartz came out, and this is one I got. I don't know that everybody and their mom is going to have, just saying, all right? But it is telling of your ancient starseed soul type of energy. Okay, you could resonate with Lemuria. And if you're saying I don't know what that is, please look it up. And spiritual evolution, meditation, and dreams is what this particular quartz rock crystal will assist with. And its affirmation, I reach beyond time and space. So, in the moments where you are being asked, being suggested to yield, to succumb to the pressure, to succumb to the emotional manipulation and control, all right, whatever quartz you got, okay, whatever selenite you got would assist with that if you don't have the Lemurian, right? Anything cleansing, clearing for sure to assist you with the alchemy, the transmutation. And again, do not absorb this person's or this, whatever that all is, energy, okay? Observe it and don't over magnify it when you observe it, okay? I just mean observe, not in the sense of like, I would like to see more of this and take notes, okay? Take notes if applicable because you have to in the moment. Otherwise, don't engage, okay? Shut that shit down. Call your energy back, all right? Stay in gratitude for the protection. That'll amp it right up, anyhow. When you stay in gratitude for anything, you're magnifying whatever that is, okay? So if you're looking perhaps to experience more money in your real-time moments, get grateful for all kinds of abundance, all right? I say it that way because it's smarter than being like, oh, let me just be grateful for just paper money, right? Because, I think I used this example a few weeks back or a few days back. Who cares, right? You could find $5 on the ground and be like, oh my gosh, thank you, that's so great and everything, right? But really, if you would have continued on looking for abundance in all forms, you might have reached the part of the timeline where somebody goes, hey, I've got this free timeshare I can't use, or I've got this Airbnb situation, or I've got this sublet situation. You could take advantage of, me needing to do whatever, blah blah blah. You could receive, you could reap the benefits, the rewards, and that's going to be way more than a $5 bill on the ground, right? Every time, just saying. So don't box it in just to money, folks, okay? Of course, it's inclusive of money, but I just would hate to hear about you missing other stuff, all right? Because just like love isn't everything, they say, same deal with money's not everything either. There are some miserable millionaires out there right now, go figure. Yellow Jasper coming out. Now, for those that maybe are in a bit of a toxic codependent situation, might be why we're teetering between Queen of Cups and High Priestess as well. Not coming for anybody, but there may be a need for detoxification. There are many forms of detox, so I won't go into all of that. But if that's you and you do have yellow jasper, you may want to pull it out and work with it. But the card's affirmation, I am protected and move safely through my life. Okay. So you may want to start saying these things out loud just so that your ears can hear them too and your ear gate can get steeped in. Yes, I am protected. And to the point where your subconscious can go, yes, okay, I can, oh, there's that exhale you've been waiting for. Ooh, I'm protected. Right? You always have to wait for somebody to come and do other things. You could exhale just knowing spirit, your divine spiritual protection is in the house, is in the building, is within your vessel. Okay? take how it resonates for you. And last but certainly not least, do Mortiorite. Okay, now I don't know that this is one that I personally have, but it assists with patience, support, and calm. Okay, so keeping the energy good. All right, if you do have, you may want to use it. The affirmation: my life is infused with tranquility and harmony. You can at least use the affirmations, you guys, if you don't have the crystals. All right, it's the intention that sets the vibe, and the divine meets us where we're at anyways, right? You want to put your little rickety baby step towards something, the divine is going to meet you where you are, which is equivalent to more than halfway. So fret not at this. It's really giving, as long as you just don't give up, as long as you just try, as long as you take heed and start something. All right, even if it's just making phone calls or doing research online, as long as you start something, even if it's just figure out how much money I need for this and that and the third. All right, and not and then get grateful that you have it. Thank you for the $3,000 for the such and such by the such and such date. And believe it like you already are touching at it, like you already are seeing it in your account, like you already are experiencing it. Okay? Now, I'm going to ring the bell, you guys, for the freebies. All right, I haven't forgotten you. Thank you so much for letting me get that out, because that was a lot. If you guys only saw how many cards, and it was so serious that I wanted to make sure that I did my due diligence to make sure the delivery was clear and succinct, because I'm not getting that it's just one single person, one mother, in this particular dynamic scenario. And I wish I could say otherwise. I really do. All right. So there was definitely a need for me to be like super succinct and clear, because this isn't everyone's story. And I want to make sure it wasn't delivered in a way where, oh my gosh, we all think that, this is talking about the wrong person or the wrong household. Okay. So you guys get your questions in according to the live stream rules starting now, please and thank you. I really appreciate your patience. Welcome in. I will take a gander at the box in a second, but I want to make sure that I give you the rest of the archetypes here. Okay, so this person could be younger than you, collective, or you younger than this man, as it were. Okay. The card called him that. I don't know that I'm necessarily subscribing to that, but we've got white American and blonde coming out. Okay, could be some significance to the aesthetic of the people on the cards. Does not have to be the case, but for those looking and seeing your face or their face, that's why. Okay, we've got a tooth gap also coming through, as well as red attire. So somebody could be about that life. Okay. If you know, you know. Somebody could have black on black type of aesthetic, or black and white, referable to the clothes, the clothing, the sneakers, the chucks, and they could physically be short. All right, there could be some significance to being a darker skin tone or that of European descent. We've got brown eyes coming out, as well as baby face, medium hair, and short hairs. Okay, so pick your hairs, pick your poison. Let me stop. We've got piercings and bald coming out, as well as Hispanic or Latino and square face. Could be some significance to red lips, red roses as well. All right, as that red clothing we talked about. Hazel eyes are coming out, as well as white/gray hair, and there could be some significance to braids for one or more of you, collective. All right, I will pull for the chart placements on the part of intentionally this person, but it could come out switched. Okay, and it may be your chart placements. Take what resonates here. I will be pulling through some of my decks soon to get us at least one initial deck, because I'm starting to get tired of just the chart placements myself. Ooh, why so quiet? Why so quiet? All right, we've got Aries, Leo, Scorpio. Let me see anything else. Libra was at the bottom of the deck, but it didn't come out, so hold on, let me see. Because I'm like, are we done? Are we done shuffling? I mean, I didn't expect the whole pile to come out because this shouldn't be too many people. Double Aries energy. Sagittarius at the bottom, and Cancer came out as well, you guys. All right. So Spoonie, I don't think that was about you though, because you're not the abuser, like doing things to children. Does that make sense? You guys have to use your intuition. All right. Don't make it fit if it's not yours, if that makes sense. I really appreciate you guys coming on and hanging out and taking heed along with whoever this is for. But to be clear, do not get it twisted if this is not your history. Going, you know, I get it. I believe you that you're wearing black clothing, but those archetypes were for fishing for whom all ever is on the other side of the scenario with the collective member. Okay. So I'm not calling you out, Spoonie, as some type of abuser that you're not. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so if you're... The thing is, Spoonie, like your ex is that, okay? Which I hate that, right? I don't like that at all. But you're not in the same house. So I don't know that... This is somebody that's got children in a house. And you know what, you guys? Maybe you missed some of it. I get it. I don't know when everybody came on myself because I was so focused. Forgive me. Who's in here? All right. Love and Light Shara. Love and Light again Spoonie. Love and Light Jay. Love and Light Fiona. Love and Light Ivo. Love and Light Jessica. Love and Light Basil. All right, let's see. Love and Light Heidi. Love and Light oh, that moved. Hold on one second. The whole box moved. Where was I? Gosh, there's a lot of people in here tonight. Okay, let's see. Love and Light Nancy. Love and Light Mellowed. Love and Light the Awesome. All right, let me see. Love and Light Country. Love and Light Reversed. Okay, let's see about your inheritance here, babe. All right, this is for reversed. Oh. Oh. All right, so this is for reversed, right? Yeah, you're very welcome. Hold on one second. Okay, so you're being asked to utilize your strength, all right, in order to get to this victory. Because what I'm seeing is like the first card, which for me as a reader is the card of fuckery, the Five of Wands. All right, and off the cuff, it indicates no, right? So I ask, of course, for clarification, because what do you mean no, right? So you're being, again, asked to utilize your strength in order to get to that Six of Wands victorious energy, because there are going to be other means, methods, and ways in which you're going to get that justice. So it's just a scenario where it's like, hey, heads up. Like if I, let's say I would never, but let's say I took $5 from you, right? And you're like, Divine, love stole the $5, right? Am I going to get my justice? The justice, it's not giving, no, you don't have any justice for you. It's just that, no, you're not going to get the $5 that I took from you back, from me, you know. And even if you got that $5 back, it's like, it wouldn't be the bill that I took out of your purse or out of your hand or out of your pocket, right? But nonetheless, the victory, okay, comes in. Sounds to me like there's a lesson that was expected to then experienced to be learned from. Sounds to me like that is the case, okay? And so again, just continue to be positive, all right? Attitude of gratitude works best here, right? Thank you for the justice. Who cares who it's from, how, when, or why, right? And when it comes in, you'll know, like, okay, unapologetically I receive, because this is my justice, you know? So it's giving yes, but definitely not an overnight justice, and definitely not a justice where it's coming from the source of betrayal. Okay, and you guys, that has to be okay too. Could you imagine, like the divine? I'm trying to think how old. Maybe I was 12. Maybe I was 12, and God, as it were, right? Basically, was like, you're in a situation referable to your, it was my family at the time, um, my mother specifically, as well as some other individuals, who cares, right? And it was basically like, yes, they were wrong for that. Right, like, because sometimes you question, like, what, am I being too sensitive, or were they being mean, kind of thing, right? And it's like, yeah, they were in the wrong, okay. Um, but you're not going to get the apology from them. So I'll give it to you. One time, Holy Spirit really was like, you will get the apology from me. If you feel you need an apology, right, then receive it from me. And it makes sense, because it's kind of like that same sentiment of like, um, what you do for the least of these dot dot dot, right? You do for me, and me, being Yeshua, or you can direct connect it back to Holy Spirit, Source, God, right? Goddess, you might say, but and I just thought that was pretty neat, because it's like, it doesn't it doesn't excuse the person, the offender, if you will, from accountability, but it does release you from lack. It releases you from their lack of accountability, to the point where you can just kind of continue to move forward, confidently and graciously, right? With the attitude of gratitude, to bring in even more than what was stolen, than what was taken, than what you were fearing on missing out on, etc. Right? That's okay to still be growing country. I mean, nobody's gonna come for you for that, right? I feel like if anyone deserves to be, like, quote unquote came for, it would be the mofos that refuse to heal. It's like they've been even presented with the option, like, here's what you could do. You could choose a different thought. And no, no. It's like, okay, so. And we talked earlier about what that can look like when you do that. You get stuck on stupid, you get stuck into some cesspool funk, a pit of hell. What else did we talk about tonight? A hole with some nasty gunk in it. I'll save us the details, since we already had to listen to it fly out of my face in the first place, right? The channeling tonight. But yeah, don't be hard on yourselves, you guys, for understanding that, like, oh, what? So you're the only one that's not all the way healed? Right. Walking the earth, dead ass. Oh, wait. You thought you were supposed to be all the way healed right now? You're just the only one still growing. Sometimes it's just funny to just, like, laugh at ourselves a little bit more about some of this stuff, because you can't be so serious all the time. You'll be hurt all the time if you're serious all the time. I promise you, because I've had to work on those things. Like, okay, hold on, let's actually, like, you know what? Let's find a reason to giggle, man. We got to make a funny sound or something, because this ain't it with the. That ain't life. You sitting there on the couch watching TV, talking about. You driving a car, talking about. That ain't life, bro. You can't be so serious all the time. I promise you, that ain't right. They talk about variety being the spice of life, okay? But you damn sure have to infuse laughter, okay, and silliness, dare I say, into whatever that spice rack is when creating life. I do believe. I'm sorry to hear that, reversed. Um, but I don't mean to sound insensitive, right? But sometimes I play, like, I don't know if you consider it playing devil's advocate or not. Like, it's like, okay, this is a shitty situation. This was a clear, outright offense and betrayal, right? And then it's like, yep. But again, going back to what divine taught me, it's like, get yours from divinity. Okay, so whatever you think you're missing out on, and it could be, trying to like I'm not trying to shit on whatever you're missing out on, rough bottle that will, right? But at the same time, when you hold that will up next to the will of divinity, all aspects of divinity, I'm pretty sure you're still coming out on the up and up, maintaining your connection to, again, that life force source, most high energy, which is limitless. Now, see, wills have restrictions. You can only have but whatever the dollar nominal amount is, and it can only go to who it states with specificity. Very restrictive, right? So you could get caught up in going, yeah, but I know what the restriction said. Does it help? It's going to be hurtful. I'm not sure that it would help. Especially if the Most High is saying, don't look to that source for the help. Ooh, you know? So are you going to sign up to stay being disappointed? I mean, the offense and the betrayal already happened. And I know it can sound insensitive, but I'm inviting you into some of this inner dialogue or monologue, should I say? Because it's going to help you a lot more than talking about what already hurt you, what already betrayed you, and is an offense for you. Then you'd just be magnifying the pain and the offense, and then you just definitely live the rest of your life going, I'm serious all the time. I'm serious. I'm seriously in pain from the betrayal and from the magnification of the betrayal, because the betrayal exists and I can't get past the betrayal because it's so much of a focus. Wouldn't be much of a life. There's no spiciness or variety, laughter, joy. And you already had the offense or the betrayal, so there's no more of whatever was promised to be promised as far as that restrictive will. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm not, please don't, hey, take the advice with a grain of salt if you must. But I have had to work through heavy things too. And a lot of them have been connecting to betrayals and thefts and to my face and behind my back. Been through a lot there. So, and I'm still telling you what I know works. Okay? I can only tell you what I know works. All right? Exactly. Don't fret. Exactly. Country love. Thank you for that. Love and light Paradaban. Okay, let's see here about Sophia. Okay. Oh, your name, I'm sorry, your name's Machaman. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's see about Sophia. Ooh. Back to the judgment. Wow. So Sophia has made a judgment call about Mochamed. And it is a very passionate one. And it is one to persevere, which means to deal with you. They could be watching you online. Doesn't have to be the case. But there will be a swift change in however the communication stands right now. Though you can't see that right now with that moon card energy. All right. But it ends well. All right. So Sophia does miss you, has decided that does want to work with you. And there will be incoming communication. All right. Let her heal. All right. Don't chase. Okay. Let her heal. And I'm getting that there will be an opportunity for you and Sophia to reconnect again. However, they're not giving it to me, but however it's going to work out is however it's going to work out. Don't try to force the situation. Let her heal. Let her heal. All right. Might just be something that has nothing to do with you. It might be her mental space. Okay. Maybe she just got a lot to sift through and to, because the judgment card kept coming out for her. I was trying to clarify it and it came out again. So I was like, okay, so it's really about decisions and reflection. I skipped Spoonie and Jay. Oh. I thought I was going in order. Hold on. Spoonie and Jay. Or did you say country? I see country and Jay. I see country as next. Wait. I don't know. Right, country too. Okay, let's see. I see Spoonie. Okay, is a report I made this week part of my justice? Okay, against Brian. All right, let's see. Here's Spoonie. Yes. So okay, let's see. So what? Yeah, whatever you reported, which is the no card, right? But hear me out. It's literally talking about fear, anxiety, stress, mental overload, um, need for peace, tranquility, right? The shit that you reported about, basically, is going to lead to communication that closes out the cycle. All right, in your favor. Okay, so that's the turnaround. All right. Yeah, heavy on communication that is going to bring you peace, Spoonie, as it should, as it damn well should. All right, so I like to see that for you, Spoonie. That's for sure. Whew, okay. All right, let's see here. Okay. All right, if I skipped over you guys, definitely not intentional. Now who? Okay, so we did Spoonie, right, and then we did Paradaban. Well, no comment or whatever, because of Sophia, and then now I'm looking for Jay. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'll comment. Okay, let's see. And did I skip over country? You're saying? Where am I? Where is the chat? Okay, let's see here about DH country. So sorry, you guys. Like, yay. Oh, imagine someone having romantic feelings. Let me stop. I'm trying. Like. I think I can. No, let me stop. All right, let's see here about DH. Do you need to ask country? Because you already know. Okay. Ooh. Should I tell you the rest? No, let me stop. Um. Ooh. So DH country, right, is like actively making a decision to I'm hearing to say swoop in, but like come in and give you the offer and offer in what? Love. Okay, but this decision feels big. Oh, this is why maybe this is why you're asking. It's like but like DH is giving and if that's the case, then now you know why. All right. Okay, let's see here about AJ. AJ. All right, let's see here. Well, first of all, let me be fair, and I'll just let you know that as far as A is concerned, it's almost giving in A's defense, right? But here's the defense. Needs some balance. Okay, because how's that have anything to do with you? Well, to some degree, if and when it should have anything to do with you, as you wondered, okay? Yeah, regrets, actions, okay? Which means what for J? As usual, J for justice. All right, so that's what I got. I don't, I don't know what A's talking, but shoot, hopefully it was worth the wait. Hopefully it was worth the wait, Jay. What do you say? Said that part. Go run and go tell that. J for justice, justice for J. Where's the lie? You're welcome. Love and late, Laura. Welcome in. I said the boom, chicka boom. Oh Lord, I'll be scared to figure out what they asking about, because I'm like, Lord, the energy gonna be strong. And it is strong. This is somebody of some significance, because y'all not, I'm hearing to say y'all not one and done at this. This is not the first rodeo from one lifetime to the next of learning things. Could be some aspects to emotional maturity that either you signed up to teach and or learn, and vice versa with A. All right, but you knew that already. That makes me think of oh my god, I don't know if you guys will get this reference, but there's this artist named Sid. Hold on a second. And they go, you already knew that, you already knew that. But I love this. I love the bass line on it. Hold on, let me see. Yes. Look this up, bro. Special Affair. You already knew that. Oh my gosh. This is a cool track, y'all. If you don't know, now you know. Special Affair. But you know what? Sid is actually underneath the band name, The Internet. That's what's going on. That's why. Oh. I wonder what it said at the end. It said, we can burn one. That's what it said. Okay. I heard something else, but anyway, let me not get down that rabbit hole. I'll do that after the live stream. That's just such a chill track, bro. Like, the bass line, like, of the cello or whatever the hell it is, like, bro, like, oh, it's a vibe. Have your cake and eat it too. No, you okay, so you know about, are you telling me when you say I love her, are you talking about Sid? The band's not bad either though, but I don't know, like, I think it's like Sid's personality. The guys, I don't know. I feel like they don't stand out as much for some reason. Sid is just on another. Wait, it's funny because dead ass, like, Sid and Tyler the Creator, like, they get a little oil and watery every now and again, and you can just tell Sid don't. Sid be like, all right, I'm gonna come to the studio, but when I come to the studio, we're just gonna. Sid be serious. I think Tyler, like, a little bit over in left field every now and again because he want to and can. And even in, I'm not sure if it's that video, but I think that video, is that one of the ones where it's split and Tyler comes on and he starts changing up the rhythm or some shit. If it's not that one, it's something off that album for the internet, because it's like dun, 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 dun. It's a different tempo, and you could just tell, like, their styles, like, yeah, they can work together, but, like, their styles naturally in their most authentic states, they're not the same artist, and that's okay, you know. I'm not saying they should be. That'd be weird, right? Yeah, she is. I gotta check out. I wonder. I hope she feeding us again soon. Shoot, cause where the music? Where's the tour? Somebody do something. So much has happened with the industry though. Like, I just found out today that what's it called? The drama with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. I, it might have came out yesterday. It might have came out. but it's literally out in theaters. I was like, what? I had no idea. Like, and it's called a drama, but it's like a horror romance thing. Like, okay, I'm now curiosity peaked. I have to find out. I have to faffo. Living like a pink. So, like, I was today years old, well, yesterday years old, finding out about the movie. I didn't even know to look for it. Something told me, like, hey, would you like to maybe see what's on the roster at the theater? And I was like, mayhaps. And then I checked it out and jaw dropped. I was like, what do you mean Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, like, and they're together and it's drama and horror? This is like better news than like when AHS like releases its new leg. Because I'm like, I literally don't know if I'll actually catch up on that. That's so much. And then I keep hearing like certain stars are returning and returning, and I'm just like, what are they doing? Because I never saw it in the first place, kind of thing. I've only seen bits and pieces of that, and it's feeling like the Hunger Games. I'm like, should I apply pressure to get through it all? I'm already doing so much. Just call me Diamond. But anyways. You saw the movie, Laura? The drama? Is that... Did you see it too, Fiona? Or you're saying like you know about it, you mean? Dude, if it's psychological... Challenge accepted. No, let me stop. But okay, you saw it. Did it just come out yesterday though? Like, or have I been under a rock? I'm starting to become concerned for myself, because what do you mean? And then it was so bad that I go straight to my kid. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, because my kid's like the movie buff, right? And the Zendaya buff and the Robert Pattinson, but the Zendaya buff, to be clear specifically, right? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's all like, I don't know, I've just been like doing this, that, and the third. And she's like, I've been playing video games. I haven't been caught up on the movie. And I'm like, no, what do you mean? And she's all like, I'm out of the loop. I'm feeling like I'm under a rock, and she's over there out of the loop. God help us. But I was thinking about, okay, so if you're telling me I was already thinking about seeing it. If you're telling me it's psychological, because I will fuck around and find out. As long as I don't have to sit next to anybody creepy. You know what they started doing is like they started making you pick your seat, right? Like before you even see them. Like, can I see how hairy the person is next to the seat that I'm looking at first? Let me stop. Not even that, but in my defense, okay? Imagine this, y'all. And I haven't forgotten about the free tarot. All right, just let me talk, because I gotta get this out. Imagine this. So the last film that I saw, like in the theater, I'm pretty sure, was Marty Supreme, right? With Timothée Chalamet. Hold on. In my defense, I had no idea that it was basically a very intimate affair. Apparently, with him, them damn tennis balls, because all you heard was like porno style breathing, like the whole, like they were saying sentences and still it's coming out, right? And I'm just like, okay, now imagine that's bad enough, right? I'm sitting with strangers neck to neck, which was so odd because why were we when 85% of that theater was empty? But I know why. It's because you have to pick your fucking seat, right? Of all occurrences out of this particular row, and I thought, you know what? We did a pretty good thing here because there's only one random seat in between me and the wall, right? That fucker was filled. This random man sat there and laughed at some of the most inappropriate stuff, and I'm talking like things that connected to race and everything. I'm like, okay, what? Like, it's already uncomfortable because Tim's on here doing the most, and now I'm hearing you breathe and make comments about things, and I don't know you, and I don't even like you. I had to work through that. Like, hold on. I was already working through the fact that, like, wow, like, this is just straight porn. And I don't know anyone here. Like, I heard of, like, stuff you can do in a circle before. It was given that, and I was not a willing participant to be. I almost left the movie like, you know what, it's not worth the pressure. Like, I think I disassociated and just checked out. Is he done? Was it a happy ending? Was it a ping pong ball? No, I'm just joking. But anyways, I didn't know what to do with myself during that movie, but I just knew focusing on the man next to me was not in a perfect world, right? God damn it, why couldn't the guy just come and be like amazing and like see how I too am? You know, I just have questions. I'll just be wondering shit. But speaking of questions, let me catch up with this box for you guys. Think I totally lost my shit. Alrighty, Pink. You still want me to read your cards, honey? I'll read your cards. Let me stop. Alright. Let me get serious. Okay, move on from O with someone new. I mean, well, I see you want to, but I also see you need some healing. Hold on, let me see. All right. Well, maybe not as fast as you like to. So as far as quote unquote this week, it's giving no, right? But eventually, yes. This week, it's giving focus on healing, right? Licking your wounds. All right. Getting through the bullshit, moving away from it, okay? Closing out the cycle. As you do, in comes a soulmate opportunity to work for you, not against you, and to bring balance, not obsession, hot and cold, okay? That's what I got. That's for a Pink. Was it softcore porn? I don't know. Let me see. Softcore, definitely not as far as the breathing, Fiona, but as far as the frame. Okay, I'll give you soft. Damn sure it's eating soft. Because what the fuck? Like, use it right. No, let me stop. But anyway. Okay, here we go, Laura. Mans was breathing all wrong. Like, let me stop. It's a yes, babe. That's what I have for you, Laura. All right. Couldn't believe that. And then they like, it didn't come out Christmas Day. Like, Marty Sabrine, Christmas Day. Like, for what? Gathered around families to be thankful for the Lord and all that. I don't know. Times are changing. I guess that's what families are gathering around to watch. Yeah, because Tim was always like, Marty Supreme, Christmas Day. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't even think it was SNL that he did that. It was like a promo. He literally, or maybe it was like interviews, and he'd be like, he had like this whole shtick with the tagline, Marty Supreme, Christmas Day. Marty Supreme, Christmas Day. Like, over and over again, he just kept saying it. So, lo and behold, Christmas Day comes, and they're releasing... Anyways, I don't know. Hey, who am I to judge? Just saying. I just had no idea. I was unaware. So hopefully, you know, if I go see that psychological thriller, it's a much more pleasant... Isn't that crazy that I should have a much more... I should get checked out. I should have a much more pleasant experience watching a horror psychological thriller about a romantic, hold on, air quotes, romantic situation than just some good old-fashioned, apparently, according to Fiona, soft porn. Like, I might be built wrong. I think it depends on your demographic location, right? So, like, Yeah, no. It depends on the theater too, as well as management and staff. A lot of variables. But I got a couple decent go-to places, and you know, I tend to go to the larger theaters more so than the smaller ones, so I can just get away. It's like if I go on a resort, like I try to pick out a resort that would have like multiple pools, so that if there's too many assholes at one, I can just, well, we'll just go over to the other adult pool kind of thing. Let me just get the fuck away from you. Right? Um because just to be stuck next to somebody that just is not the vibe. And it's not even like I'm picky like that, you guys. It's just like Spoonie said, some people really are like literally disgusting and disruptive, irregardless of the theater or if it's a theater or not. Just, you know, there's variables. Oh, it's funny too. Yes, I did not. I missed it, Laura. Thank you for telling me though. So we're talking about Spoonie. We're talking about the drama with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see it now. Ooh, get a little bit of pleasant surprise in just about every way, except for SP perhaps. I don't know. Really, with Zendaya in it, I'm not gonna cut that out either. There could still be potentiality. Who knows? Because it is a romantic thing. So, gosh, and that's one of her go-to guys too. So we'll see what all they made her do with that. Robert Pattinson though, he had a baby not too long ago. I'm pretty sure. Um, and I was wondering if we'd see him again. I miss Loki days. I'm a little biased with the Loki television show. I never really got into like the movies for Loki, but I loved the way that the television show was cast as well as portrayed. And I think he did a bang up job there. And I was really sad because I was like, no, the baby's coming, and now Loki's stuck in the chair. Not that they necessarily have anything to do with each other, but I was like, I don't know, the timing's sus. So there wasn't a new Loki movie. I'm specifically referencing the old television show. It's not been a thing for a couple years. but but so they ended it with Loki stuck in the throne with like all of the branches and timelines and shit, and like he's holding it together. I don't know about you, but this is kind of giving, yeah, right, Loki. Like, oh, you thought it was going to be a plan. You know, he's just sitting in the chair going, I'm fine. Right? Um, so I don't know if there's actually like a Loki, like a new Loki movie. I know that there are Loki movies, multiple, but I didn't hear of anything new, you guys, just to be clear. If you've heard, let me know, because I will take a look. But I just prefer the movie though, or hello, what are words? The TV series. Just because I feel like the TV series, they hit the head of the nail when they personified Loki, or when they normalized or humanized. Is that a word? You know, it's like you started to understand the level of chaos, and also simultaneously how just because the chaos existed, it wasn't necessarily that he viewed it as chaos, or intended it to execute as chaos. I'm like, oh, he's a whole ball of wax. I don't think you can make Loki so damn black and white the way they try. Oh, Disney decided they couldn't have him act. Hmm. Bummer. Bummer. So, you guys, I really want to thank you for actually even caring to come on the live stream. You guys have been amazing about that. Thank you. If you could hit likes on even some of the things on the channel that maybe you don't, according to the title, resonate with, I'd appreciate that too, as well as sharing. Just trying to kick up dust, you guys, so that you know, we continue in an advanced and progressive manner. Okay, not that otherwise we won't, but it is nice to see us doing our part. Okay. And I'm going to try to focus a little bit more on some of the other platforms as well. So send your girl some love light. All right, it's oof, I feel like I'm running a circus over here, and I didn't even get a jacket to be like the pretty ringleader. Like I didn't even get a whip or nothing. No, let me stop. I don't need a whip though. There's no live animals. No worries. I always felt bittersweet. Like I always loved the circus, and growing up, not gonna lie, I've seen a lot of animals that should not have been in the circus. And I don't know about you guys, but I always had to work through that. I was like, oh, they're so cute. Oh no, like the whips would be flailing towards the tigers, and I'd be like, oh. I always thought, you know what? If I ever see something where something really bad goes down, like in the sense of hey, animal won over the human, I'm for it, because there ain't no way that the animal just unprovoked is just gonna be like, hey, chill. Like they know what's going on, I swear. I wish I joined the Mile High Club. I often wonder how in the hell do the ones that actually join that have the room for that, because if you're doing it right, you're not just standing there breathing. Talk about in the bathroom next to the pilot. I often wondered that shit. He canceled his Shut up, Fiona. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I had to sneeze. That's crazy. You know what? I'm not sure if it makes sense demographically where like the locations that you would have been at the venue, like if he were to like come to your town or whatever, but um maybe keep an eye out for like some of the smaller venues, because he might, if he has to be in a certain area, they might okay him to do a smaller performance. So like obviously it wouldn't be like, oh, Chase Center or something like that. It might be in an old theater, or some type of club, like not necessarily comedy club or something, because you never know. And sometimes if management, if it's a scenario where it's like, listen, you're gonna have some, I want to call it a layover, even though I know I'm not talking flight terms necessarily, but some form of layover in a certain area, they will book something just to defray costs of staying there. And it's, he could get a doctor's okay to do that versus like a stadium. It's interesting because I, in my line of work, actually know a couple of the doctors that they like hire per capita, right? Like if you're in this certain district or zone, it would be these handful of doctors that, would be up for the roster to attend such and such concert or event. It's pretty neat, some of the things that go on. And one of those guys actually told me and several others about how like certain of, I cannot remember for the life of me right now, it was an older rock god, as it were, right? But they put him in a trunk and wheeled him in, like those like the big black hard case trunks that like the roadies will like wheel in and stuff. You'd be surprised how many times they're filled with the actual celebrity or star or band member just to get them safely in and out of places. They freaking wheeled him in like a big ass suitcase thing. Isn't that crazy? Love and light payment. And you're very welcome, A Pink. You joined the Mile High Club decades ago, but you were all petite and everything, Laura. So you, of course you had room. No, let me stop. I don't know. I feel like my only hope for that is if it's private jet, which I don't mind. I'm ready. Come get me. Okay. Let me calm down. She's starting to spitz a little. Okay. Let's see about Autumn here. Are you asking me if she fine as hell? How you wanna... Can I see? Like, what do you mean? Raymond? Or you meant, like, is she starting to really like you? Question mark. And you just wanted to tell me she's fine as hell. Is that what's going on, Raymond? Is she fine like that? Raymond said, it is Saturday night. We're going to talk about this. Well, actually, it's Sunday morning now. Damn. Time flies when you have an amazing life. Like we all are. Claim it. Own it. All right. Why am I looking at the Ace of Cups, Raymond? And the Ace of Swords. So I guess Spirit confirming. Yes and amen. She fine as hell. And yes, feeling you. Okay. Where's the problem? Well, the problem might be you doing this with your mental, okay, instead of being grateful for just a happy outcome, in spite of not knowing what all that means yet, okay? Okay, Raymond. Okay, Raymond, you got this, Raymond. Come on now, keep your head in it. Okay, you got this. He said yes. Okay, it was a double-decker 747. I've been seeing that number a lot. 737 as well as 747. It's interesting. All right, the top cabins were empty. Just had to go upstairs, and we were flying over the... Oh. I think, you know what? My bad. I think I thought that the question was, like, Mile High Club in the sense of, like, a commercial flight, right? Or are you saying... Well, with the 747, right? There's still a lot of passengers to that. Right? So you just had everybody out there with their babies crying too. Pilot's like, attention. We've got hot buns in the back. Oh my gosh. The pictures you're painting, Laura. No, let me stop. All right. Well, we can't all be so lucky, apparently, to have joined such a club. That's so funny that that guy comes on and starts that shit and wasn't even able to benefit from the conversation. We just went on ahead like, yeah, we're good without you, but let's talk about it. Oh, well. Shit. So there's that collective. I love and light you so much. I hope you're giggling with me because this will be really awkward if I'm the only one just like losing my shit on the live stream. 350. There were 350 people on the bottom part. That's what, yeah, 747. They're pretty fucking big. That's so funny. Wow. Hey, maybe someday we, you know, if you want to join. Okay, so if you want to, okay, perhaps that's something we could manifest. I won't restrict you, you know what I mean? If that's something you want. That's something to think about, though. Do we want that? Should we want that? Is it a thing? But yeah, you guys keep yourself safe, all right? Don't be hurting nobody or yourselves, okay? Trying to join any kind of club, to be clear, or just in normal course. Protect yourselves, protect the children, okay? But anyhow, let me shut the hell up and go to sleep. That'd be great, because your girl got jujitsu in a few hours. And you guys have, what, Self-Care Sunday? Don't forget. And I'll see you when I see you, but please know I love you so much, and I am definitely carrying you in my heart and mind, all right? And I will post as Spirit leads. I'm not exactly sure what that means, if it's a live stream, if it's something uploaded, if it's just a post. Please check out the community board. Please, for the love of God, somebody say something to me over there. All right, because as of right now, I kind of look narcissistical with just all of these pictures and, you know, coloring book pages of me. And I'm just joking, there's no coloring book pages. But I mean, do I gotta do that for somebody else to throw me a bone? Please and thank you. You can share about movies. It doesn't have to be like, hey, what did my tarot card of the day mean, right? You could just, you know, authentically express yourselves. I can't imagine that my collective is not full of expression, right? I mean, you guys, I'm your reflection. I'm expressive even when I don't even know what's going on. I'm like, what? You know, I don't need even confidence to express. I could probably just express if I was on my way to Confidentville, right? So it's just so interesting. I wonder what I could even say to you guys to get you to want to share. Definitely not trying to pull teeth, right? Like we talked about earlier. You don't have to force it, right? Shouldn't have to force it. And I don't mean for you guys to feel like I'm forcing you. I'm just asking for connection, right? I'm connecting in the ways that I find pleasant, okay? And I'm connecting with you intentionally in those ways. And I just thought maybe reciprocity could be more of a thing, okay? Please and thank you, right? I'm not going to pull your teeth about it. And, you know, if this is something that turns you off to the point where you can't watch the channel anymore, okay, oh well, right? But if you're here, you should be participating in a way that is fun, which has to include expressing yourself. Because this channel is not about me. It's about we. It always was. All right. I love you guys so much. I want you to go rest and I want you to start your day already mentally. And please don't end it, okay? Especially on a self-care Sunday without doing something nice for yourselves. All right. Doesn't have to be grandiose, ritualistic, bibbidi boppity. All right. But you should be feeling good and smiling for a few moments of the day, at least. All right. I want at least that much for you. Okay. I love you guys. You are amazing. Thanks for not giving up. And thanks for checking out the channel and being here and participating. It doesn't work so well without you. And I don't want to try to force it either. All right. Yes, anything is possible. Exactly. Whether it's 30,000 feet or not. Let's see, 30,000 steps to the plane, 30,000 feet. Oh, we got this. No, let me stop. All right, you guys. I love you. Good night.